Hey everybody, welcome to Talk Daily. My name is Eddie, and today we're going to be talking about an article that comes to us from Car and Driver and written by Laura Sky Brown. And that's regarding the $5 billion the United States is going to give to every state to build an infrastructure along the highway for EVs charging stations. So it's $5 billion over the next 5 years so they can build basically a lot of EV fast charging station. And by is it fast charging? It's just saying charging network. Okay, let's not say fast charging. It's a charging network. By 2023, the government is aiming to have a network of 500,000 charging stations with EV drivers able to gain access to charging port every 50 miles across the USA. There's an asterisk on that because it's not really accurate. It's just that's the plan. Okay, a new Joint Office of Energy Transportation will oversee the state effort and would deal with details such as making charging available in rural and low-income area. That will be also a challenge. So back to the 50 miles. That's 50 miles with an asterisk. If some area is a rural area, they're admittedly saying that, okay, it will be a little bit different for those areas. So if something so for example, they're saying a distance of 60 or more miles between charging might be permitted on logistical ground. In some remote areas, so I don't know, maybe across the Mojave Desert, I have no idea what that detail is going to be, but that's what the new office, the Joint Office of Energy and Transportation, will oversee and will try to resolve these problems. And over the 5 billion is also going to be a 2.5 billion in discretionary grant to come later. So I don't know how's that going to work. I guess it's just money on the side to help finish this program. And just to know that most of these charging stations, the government is dependent on a private sector to build them. So saying the feds want to emphasize that getting the charging station from domestic supplier is a priority in this program. For instance, the DOT noted President Biden met this week with charging station manufacturer Tritium and plans to break ground on facility in Tennessee with 6 production lines producing 30,000 DC fast charger per year. Bigger names are also getting into the process. The White House said that Siemens will expand its U.S. operation and plan to produce 1 million EV charging unit by 2025. The DOT also said it intends for 40% of funding to flow to underserved and rural area to make sure they get their fair share of charging stations without giving details. Again, this is a new plan. Back to that 50-mile required distance, the DOT official said during the media on Wednesday that some remote areas, we said that 60 or more miles between charging might be permitted on logistical ground. That's fascinating. This map, that's an example that we're giving you in Pennsylvania and lower peninsula of Michigan. One of these corridors filled in. They're talking about the corridor, basically. Look, we have a corridor we can build charging networks here, and the light green one. Okay, that's planned to build, and that's how it's gonna look like. It's gonna work alongside the highway. That's crazy. That's a lot of money being spent. And just to give you an idea, this is from the Federal Highway Administration and shows you the 5-year National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Funding by state. And you can go in and find your state. And if you're not from the U.S., you can just go on and check it out and just get an idea of how much money is being spent. Mind you, Texas, I saw Texas, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Texas has the highest at 407, and that's 407 million. And California is coming close at 383. And I believe they don't explain it very clearly, but I do believe it has to do with how many highways you have, a population, etc., whatnot. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is something that's going to be successful or not? Because they're saying initially it's going to be 615 million in the fiscal of 2022. So 2022, they agreed it's going to be $650 million, and 56.7 is allocated toward California, 60.3 allocated toward Texas. Kansas only getting 5.8, Wyoming getting 3.9. I don't know why. But this is for the fiscal of 2022. Remember, the plan is 5 billion. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a big program. And the person that's charging currently with that program is Mr. Pete Putig. And this article also from Car and Driver and written by Dave Vanderup and Caleb Miller. Also have a link to this article in the description below. I'm bringing this up because I had a conversation with him, and it's also dated February 10th. They had a frank conversation. He was doing like a little PR. He's standing in front and he's saying, my favorite car is a Mustang Mach-E. You could charge it from your garage. He's doing his role. And anyway, to ask him a couple of questions. I'm not going to read everything. And shows him like charging it. He's talking the car is very comfortable and you could charge it in your basement. It's great. And then they ask him a couple of questions, which I would probably ask him different questions, but they asked him about the EV and a trailer. Do you have because if you have a trailer with an EV, how are you gonna be able to charge it? Because I don't know if you guys seen at some of the charging station, there's no space, I guess, for a big trailer coming through. Do I have to disconnect my trailer, etc.? So he's saying, okay, we're working on that single payment method. That's something that I would probably ask, because if you're trying to charge your electric car, there's so many different apps. So can we get something universal in a way that we could use instead of just going through the apps? So he's working on it. Everything is working on it, but that's good. And he's acknowledging there is a problem and they're working on it. And he's saying, plugging it to the wall, it's a start. He also keying out that for the public, you can just plug it into the wall. And he's saying and he's talking about some of the rural charging areas. He's saying, when he's talking about the rural areas, Mr. Pete saying the very area where people stand to gain a lot from EV because they're spending a lot on gas because they drive more, referring to the rural area, are also area with more single family homes where they can plug in their car using household current. And that one, I mean, he's saying it's a start. I understand, but it takes a long time. If you don't have a DC fast charger and you're trying to charge an electric car, it takes a very, very long time. And I know that because from BMW i3, my next door neighbor has it, and no, it just plugging into the wall. It just, the whole day is gone. But again, it's saying it's a start. It's a start. Let's be positive here. So it's saying this may be presumed that people in those homes are very, very patient. This Car and Driver, the writer, saying that since charging from a wall outlet takes a lot longer. Yeah, of course it does. And then, but the DOT explained its announcement today. Spending plans include a strong focus on underserved and rural area. And that's good to hear. That's good to hear, And so public charging is coming to the countryside, albeit perhaps a bit more slowly. It makes sense. It makes sense. They're gonna start in major cities and expand from outward. Let me know what you think in the description below. I personally, I'm an optimist in nature. There's a lot of smart people coming together trying to figure out solution to a problem that it does exist, energy problem. And there'll probably going to be some pushback from people for whatever reason, and that's good, because that's how we, throughout the discussion, that's how we're able to find the right path. When both sides talk and listen to each other, I don't see any argument against this beside just make sure to get it done and planning. But I think it's a sound idea. I really hope this will work out very well, and I don't know. Let me know what you think below. Do you think this is a good idea? You think this administration is able to pull this off? Is not able to pull this off? You think that some people are gonna? How is this gonna work out with the gas companies? I mean, there's I don't understand what like British Petroleum, Shell, etc. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna jump into this opportunity and build charging stations? I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments below. As it stands right now, this is the direction we are going. And also, I also ask you, fellow audience, do you believe this is the reason why gas prices are up? Because we are spending on electrical? I don't know. I have a gasoline car and I do fill up gas and I feel the pain, but it's affecting the price of everything. I understand it's a transition phase, and anytime it's a transition phase, it takes time to adjust. I just hope that this solution will will lower the bottom line of cost of everything right now due to the increase in energy. So I hope this is the solution and this is the answer we are looking for. And I'm really, really excited, because electric cars are a lot of fun, and if you are able to drive them and not worry about it, and technology catches up where you can charge it in 15-20 minutes, I don't see the problem with that if there's a lot of stations, a lot of charging station available. I really hope this plan works out. Let me know what you think in comments below. And as always, stay safe out there. Thank you so much for watching. And also thank you everybody who subscribed. I really, really appreciate your support. As always, take care and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.